out of this little section of the beach today. Happy Earth Day. Don't burn pallets on the beach, please. Thank you. That's my TED Talk for today. No burning pallets on the beach. Because then we have to find 60 rusty nails to get off of it. A run for his money in the Mod of the Year category. It's like I programmed Captain Jack to listen to me. Oh, did you see that one? Why is bird pooping so funny? Oh, here's the bridge. Bridge excitement. Pog Bridge. Big suspension bridge with a sunset. Oh, this is actually pretty scenic right now. Check this out. Cat Jam Bridge. There it is. That's as zoom as I can get. That's a red-cocketed woodpecker, listed as an endangered species. So it only lives in these longleaf pine areas, and they live in little family groups. A very, very rare bird. Oh, there it is. Yes. Oh, look, you can see the band on it. Oh, you see that shot? Huh. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful shot of the red-cocketed right now. That's his couch right at the entryway to the house. You just heard it? Here he comes. Treats, 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 the magic treat machine. Oh, the vacuum's running. Don't let the vacuum get to treats. Oh no. Oh no. He gets 5. So this is 3. 4. I know, right, Psycho? It's crazy. And 5. Look at his derpy ear. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Getting all the treats. Getting all the treats as they shoot out. There's another one. Good boy, Watson. Oh, do you find more down there? Watson, look at the camera. Say thank you. Thank you, everybody. Oh, look at that face. Don't you just want to boop that? Look, this is the educational moment of the night. Oops, let me move this in correct position. How do you float on water like that? Look at that one right there. How can you do that? It's called surface tension. So water has cohesive and adhesive forces that allow the floating on water. So those water spiders spread their weight out enough and they're able to float, and it's actually hydrogen bonds holding together between water molecules that allow them to float. So if you ever put a bunch of water into a glass and keep adding more water drop by drop to the top, it forms this little cusp. That's surface tension. That's cohesion of the water molecules sticking together. And right there is how those spiders are sitting on it. We break through the water because we break those hydrogen bonds between water molecules. There it is.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful one.
Oh, it's getting a live video right now. Got something in his mouth.
Wow, that's pretty. He just ate it.
Hello. Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Water. Happy Saturday. Hope you all are having a pleasant day. Is that an Allison B. Wild in here? Did I miss a stream of yours earlier today? But Svi, Squirty, Crocheted Bearded Lady, Kaisers, Svi, I think I already said Svi, and Morrigu, what's up? Kim Janet, how are you doing? How are you doing? Let's just getting set up here, taking my time. Usually I do this before I click go live, but I don't know. Part of me feels like you gotta like to hang out and watch. Why have you on the waiting screen? What's up, Rusty? How you doing? Put that in a back pocket. I had everything on this today. I think so. Boom, 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 boom. Let's plug in our little cable here. You all get, now when I talk to myself, I don't sound crazy. Because now I'm talking to you all while I'm doing the setup. So that makes me not crazy. Correct? What are we doing today? Nature. Kind of sounds weird when you say we're doing nature. But yes, we are doing the normal nature content today. High tide is right around this time now, but I don't know. The beach is a long drive. This isn't as long of a drive. And I was at home working on emotes in the morning. So off stream, yes, I do. Rusty, I was out taking pictures off stream the other day, and I found myself talking to myself out loud. How you doing, pizza? Mother Nature is very sexy. The sexiest of all natures. I don't know where I was going with that. Let's hope as much of the humanitis as possible is left for today. Usually if we go out into the one section, there's not as much humanitis out there. I'm scared. That's not one of the new emotes. Storm prep is in full swing for you. We're leaving hurricane season. Let me get a sip of water. Oh, it looks so good. I don't know, what should it be called? Shrike Attack? I'll ask that question multiple times. That was the one I couldn't think of a name for. I like my car. Let's make sure we're working. Because, like, I didn't want to make it Dr. WD Stab. Because I didn't want to make it something that could be possibly used, like, in a bad way. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be inferred like you stab someone. So I didn't want to make it WD Stab. Just because of I can't trust you all to use it without making it come off as like you're threatening to stab someone. Yay, we have an output. Shrike Strike. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh my gosh. Shrike Strike. Why do you not say that in Discord? I would have named it that already. Now we just get Shrike Attack. Shrike Strike is so good. Confirm we can switch. Look at that beautiful wall. A wall. So nice and wally. Okay, and we're back. You should have. Now we gotta deal with Shrike Attack for an entire stream because of that. All your fault, Barnacle. Alright. I forgot my hat today. Look at myself. Oh, I'm so mad at Rhino Rack. I had this bolt back ordered for months. Remember when this thing broke, right? They sent me the bolts finally that were on back order, and they were the wrong bolts. I'm so angry. And now I still have the strap there. Look, hello everyone. No hat today. You can see me in the reflection. I'm wearing my Save the Lagoon shirt today. One of my favorite shirts. And we off. Wonder what we're going to see out here today. Probably a little bit of the same old. I've no idea if the short-tailed hawks are around. The good old bootios. What is it, bootio, right? What are you mount? Usually my kayak, and I haven't taken my kayak out because I just have the rack temporarily held on using that strap, like a good Florida person would hold on a rack for, but I'm not putting any weight-bearing objects up there to move around, so I haven't been able to take my kayak out. By this point, I should have bought a new Rhino rack and installed it. Kim Janet, thank you for the sub.
Camionet just subscribed. Must have emotes.
Must have emotes. Uh-oh, now are you subbing for the emotes? It's pretty shady back here, and I always wear sunscreen no matter what, so. Ooh, I see some golf fritillaries already. I hear some chirping up in these pines. Nothing like the beautiful sound of a muffler going by. Ooh, this is my first time seeing beautyberry berries. My beautyberry bush hasn't produced berries yet. Look at those. That's why, that's not a beautyberry. Oh my gosh, it's not a beautyberry. Why was I saying beautyberry? I meant to say firebush. I didn't know firebush produced berries is what I was meaning to say. Oh my gosh, I was getting ahead of myself. I know beautyberry makes berries. We see those all the time. There's some right over there. But this is firebush. I didn't know firebush produced berries. In the kayak, I did once, but not on stream. Too much, that'd be like thousands of dollars of gear I'd be risking. And for content, I don't know if it's that good of a risk for that. You know what I mean? I would need a really, really safe setup if I would take my kayak out on the water with this sort of gear on it. Hello, David Alexander. If there's fire, no, it's called it's called a firebush. It's just what it is. Well, I hear a whole bunch of little chirpers out there. Evil berry. Oh my gosh, the evil emote looks really good too. That's probably my favorite. I added the cute one just to be a troll to green herring. So they cut out that big dotted horsemint bush. So they cut it to the tops of the roots. Pizza, if you're there, question for you about gardening stuff. So there was dotted horsemint that was growing from these roots right here. There's another one over there. When they chopped it down, they just chopped it from the top of the root. So if my plants die at home, should I... David, thank you. Thank you for the gift sub to Allison. Am I supposed to cut them like that, or are you supposed to dig out, you're supposed to leave the roots and hopefully they just grow back? I don't know that part about gardening. If they die, do you just cut it and hope they come back, or do you pull them out? You know, he's not comfy, he's evil. He's evil. Evil scrub jay. They will die back to the ground. New growth will come up from the root. So you cut them off at the stems like that, close to the ground, and the new roots will grow out. I think I combined roots and grow into rotes. Yeah, so it will just rotes out of that, right? That one is cool. I know, right? That Flamingo Tom sent me that. Seeing you in Duck Sauce's chat. Oh no, BMO. You know, when I was contemplating a name change, I was going to be Dr. Wade Outdoors. And I'm like, I don't think I can be DWO because there was a BMO at one point, and that could be too close, and that could be, you know, I know he's not on Twitch now, but still, I feel like Dr. Wade Outdoors would be too close to that. But Dr. Wade Outdoors would be a solid name change, I think. If I were to ever be forced to change my name, that's the one I would go to. The Twiggy look. Okay. Okay, good to know. Definitely good to know. I saw a butterfly, but it flew away. So, no butterfly for you all. Am I on? I'm not on autofocus right now. There we go. Oh, I threw my battery in my pocket, right? Yep, there it is, before we get too far out. There. Let's let these people walk by. Sounds like I hear something up in that tree, but it sounds like a Dr. Evil 40. But you know what I mean? Like I was contemplating Dr. Wade outdoors because I don't mind people using Dr. Wade. But like, I don't know. I always contemplate things. Every 6 months, I contemplate the name change. Not that I'm contemplating now. I just made a website, so I wouldn't change my name until it came time to renew my website URL. Is there a hawk over here? No, there goes a blue jay. Was the blue jay mimicking a hawk? I'm just doxing all my locations right now, showing you all the signs. Dr. Wade displacement 40. If there is a hawk up in this tree, it's going to be right with the sun behind it, so it's not going to be a good angle anyway. My guess was that blue jay was mimicking a hawk or sounding like one. Hi, Sarah. Outdoor Florida. That's too long of a name. On the window, you have cultivated. Wow. Hike Wolf, thanks for the follow. I hear something fluttering around in there. Ooh, what are you? Oh, there's no way I could be able to get this on cam before I fly away. But it's a gray-headed cat bird in there. So they're here. That's the first I've seen one of those in a while. I don't think I'll be able to get it on cam for us. It flew off. I'm gonna walk down this little trail here. Maybe we get an angle into there. But it was. Harry, that's why I work hard on this 24/7. I appreciate it so much. Do you sell my nature photographs? I did start putting together a Redbubble, but it was mainly for my streak shots. But I don't have it like, I've only shared the link with 2 people. Let's see if this cat bird makes a sighting. Allison, how'd your stream go earlier today? I saw you went live, but I didn't get a chance to swing by and say hi. Well, we have something else that might come make a presence known. Where's it going? Oh, it's flying too far away. Yep. There was a zebra long-winged butterfly that just went by me. Shucks. There's a nice little spot right here. Maybe something will show itself. New hospital job gets me out of the hell. Nice, K-Girl. Congratulations. Oh, your best friend, not you. Congratulations to your best friend. That's who I'm guessing, not you. Why would you come in the chat and say that? You're probably really excited for your friend, so you want to tell us all about your friend that we have no idea who they are. Is that humanitis or vertitis? Let's try a different angle. Look at all these tick seeds in here. I'm not seeing it. It doesn't want to show itself. I thought I'd have a better angle over here. Then it was mostly okay. Just walk around new camping yard. Nice. Where are you at right now? Are you still up in the Michigan area? Dang, that's crazy. It's in all the thickness over there. But trust me, I saw the gray head. I'm higher up than my camera, so there was a palm frond in the way for you guys anyway. Oh, wow. Yeah, remember when we saw that one cat bird just sitting out in the open and you're like, this is so abnormal? Last year? I don't know if you were here for that one. You're like, that's not supposed to be there. Imagine that there was a hawk and it was just chilling up there in silence this whole time. It must have been that blue jay sounding like a hawk. Not Michigan, not. What's up, Johnny? How you doing? Hey, yeah, your foot in the door is the best part. You start networking, and you in. The cooperative catbird was spring migration this year. Yeah, this is the first time I've seen one, so we've had one cold front so far. I think we're getting another cold front next week. So give it a couple more cold fronts, and I should get a good winter migration down here. And all the burbs should start showing up. We're already starting to get a little bit more warblers. Haven't seen any goldfinches yet. They sometimes show up to my feeder, though. Too many Michiganders. Then Montreal, then headed south. How do you get to Montreal? Are you allowed there? I didn't know we were allowed to cross the border.
PC Tech 53 has gifted
Stabby
5
Saturday,
subs to
everyone.
viewers.
PC Tech?
PC Tech 53 has gifted 5 subs to viewers.
PC Tech 53 gifted 5 subs. Oh my gosh. Thank you. That's so kind of you. If you got a gifted sub, make sure you say thanks to PC Tech. Look, take a short detour on the Sand Pine Trail to view the mass blooming of fall wildflowers. That's where we were going to go today. Okay, people might walk by me here, but I gotta do a zoom in on these high-flying borbs to see if they're I see a lighter colored one. I'm running autofocus. Because one's darker and one's lighter. So I'm wondering if these are the dark morphs and the light morphs of the short-tailed hawks. But they could just be... I'm going to put... That's Vulture, isn't it? I see white primaries. Yep, that's a black Vulture. Okay, black Vulture. Yeah, and then there's another one way over here. Looks like another Vulture. Yep, I see white primaries. Should be another Vulture, right? I think so. Alright, had to check. Had to check. Because short-tailed hawks are difficult because they would hover high like that, like the Vulture. They tricky. Say hi, what's up, Ryan? How you doing? Oh, Ken treat for Watson. Over for tourists now. If you fly in, I'm going on business. Oh, okay, yeah, business will help you. Blue Jays do a good hawk. Yes, they do. On a different stream, PC Tech, are you gifting subs everywhere today? Oh, Crocheted, you got a stabby? Yay. Heat on. Ew. Dead stuff. There's always dead stuff nearby. For a zone-tailed hawk. Yeah, because there's... Yeah, I see 3 high hovers up there. And, you know, you got to check them. You got to zoom in on them. One just looked lighter. I guess it was just a sun angle at that moment where I thought it could be of interest for us. All right, let's get off the main part of the trail. Oh, Blanc Bim is here. Oh, Twitch is a very, especially in the IRL areas. Blanc, we need more castle tours in France. With climate change, oh yeah, they definitely, there's different birds all over the world. Is a bird now? It's Dr. W40. Okay. I don't know how I missed that message. Okay. Gotta dodge humans today out here. This is a popular human spot. I know you all know I like to avoid my humans. Thanks for the shout. Yeah, Blanc, we shout you out because we expect more castle tours from you. No pressure. Not that this changes anything. But, I mean, I already doxed myself 5 times already, pretty much. Boom. Oh, Reaper, the one you posted yesterday? Yeah, did see that. You posted some cool pics. Who doesn't love a cow pic? Never get signal there. What? Oh yeah, I don't know. Signal's tough. I hate that part of streaming. Oh, I almost tripped. Alright, let's check out the flower bloom while we walk over this way. I see a squirrel. A few years ago. It's a very USA castle. Oh no, there's a binky in the sand. That's nasty. Imagine sucking on a sandy binky. Ugh. That's when you got a problem. It's gas station sushi isn't questionable. It's the best. Okay, let's go this way. We'll see the flowers. Let's see the flowers to start out today. This is weird without my hat. Can't believe I didn't wear my hat. There's the hoverers again. What's a binky? Doral? What? Is binky common or not common? Or am I just a child for calling it a binky? Yay! Here's the flower blooms, the Florida paint brushes. They look good. Is this when we need to be an influencer and I need to lay down in the middle of the blooming flowers and take a picture and post it on Instagram from above? Like have someone take a picture from above and I'm laying in the middle of the blooming flowers? Ooh. See, sun is over there. We got some big pollinators out here, pizza. Binky is a modified mini with... What? Wait, you're saying there's a Mini Cooper with a Toyota Celica engine? Is that what you're saying? Didn't I bring the drone? No. Oh, wow, I'm super zoomed. Let's not be super zoomed. So let's just look around and see what we can find out here in the flower blooms. So right now, of course, it's not in focus. Let's just rock manual focus. I know there's some big bees out here flying around. Look at all the flowers, though. This is the one reason why I came out here today, was to see this bloom. Oh, there's a bee. Nom 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 nom. Look at it go. Is our max zoom, but still good. Oh look, you can see the ball of pollen. It's on its hind legs there. Bombus. Is that why they're called bumblebees? Because they're in the species Bombus? Yeah, I think most of the bees out here are bumblebees. Wait, they called your ex a binky, or what'd they call your ex, K-girl? Oop, we got a closer one. There we go. Captain Jack, take a picture. I hope I'm in my stream. I gotta just roll around there. The Bumbus is bumbuming. Meow. Oh, it went on the one behind it. Oh, my chat stopped scrolling. Such a busy bee. Nice. Oh, we get a late summer bloom here, or I guess a fall bloom. So these Florida paintbrushes here that you can see all spread out here, these are the current bloomers. These ones, Seaside Goldenrod and what's the other one? Oh, Frostweed are 3 big bloomers right now. And then Tickseed or Beggar Ticks is also blooming right now. Second spring fall blossoms, yeah. Bumblebee tuna, why can't they just be include the bees? Blue curls are another, I don't know if I know the blue curls. So those yellow ones there, I don't think those ones are native though. I think those ones bloom all year. We have some all year bloomers too. Then last time we saw this one here. Oh, that one has a wasp on it. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, what was this one? Forget its name. Not Proteus, that was the name of the one long-tailed skipper we saw. But it's another endemic one to Florida. To this region, specifically. How you doing? Oh, not too bad. Oh, forget that one.
Hawaii
was in my
Stream
last
Team
video when we were out
donated
here at the macro
$20
lens, though.
for some snacks and a drink from the Hawaii Stream Team.
Oh my gosh. Blazing.
Hawaii
Oh,
Stream
yes.
Team donated $20 for some snacks and a drink from the Hawaii Stream Team.
Hawaii Stream Team, thank you for the $20. I appreciate that. Holy cow, you're scaring us all with the T-Rex. Thank you. Yes, my blazing stars did just bloom as well. So they kind of look like these purple ones here. They have a really nice purple flower to them. I don't think these ones in here are blazing stars though, but these ones are purple. I don't think there are any blazing stars out here, but they were so cool. They were just like a bunch of grass like that when I bought them. Then all of a sudden, like 4 weeks before they bloomed, they shot this big thing up the middle, and then the whole thing just flowered. It was super cool flower. Cool beans. My mom says cool beans. Thank you for the follow. Show us the purple one. Oh, you mean there's a lot of everything's purple right now. You want to see the other purple one? Let me find a good representation of it. It looks like they're starting to lose the bloom. There's some over here. Scared again. Here, I'll show this one. It's not like the best bloom ever. Oh, the camera was still on. Oops. But I shall try. But my mom is cool. My mom is very cool. You're right about that. Here's the purple. This is what the flower itself looks like. It's got, looks like 3 black spots on it. And then if we scroll down, move down, it's just this long stem. And then no leaves really, just little needles that come off. Oh, this one, nope. Yeah, they don't really have any needles. I mean, any leaves, they're just like a straight shoot going up. Not sure. Okay, I know I said scroll down. I realized after I said it, but it works. All right. Same thing. Pan down, scroll down. What's the difference? I don't like these clouds rolling in. It's going to make it darker out here. Kerfuffle. Oh, I say kerfuffle. Let me see what Seek tells us for this one. Who's the geek? You? False peas, that's not it. This one called it blazing stars, but it's not specific enough yet. So I think this is a type of blazing star. But it doesn't look like the one I have at home. But it does look like a type because it, if you look at it, oh, that one has a bee on it. It does grow from like just grass-looking stuff. So maybe my blazing star is just a lot more wicked and grew a lot bigger. It does seem to look like a blazing star though. Oh, it's just humans. Short-leaf blazing star. What blazing star is the one I have? Oh, did you all see the hooter last night? Oh, such a good hooter. Did I take a picture of my blazing star? I thought I did. Yeah. There's my blazing star. That's pretty tall if you look at my garden as a whole right there. I took a picture when I bought it, so 1 second. I can check. Mine was, Liatris spicata variant resinosa. I don't know if you can read that. Liatris spicata VAR, I'm guessing is variant resinosa. But it is a Liatris, or Liatris. That's the one I bought, so that's why mine at home is slightly different. What is this evening you speak of? This is evening. I was up until 1 a.m. yesterday. And guess what? I didn't see Hubble. It was too small. Hubble was too small. Oh, it's just humans. Well, some streamers like humans. I do like those paintbrushes, though. It's like such a nice little paintbrush section. Oh, it's just a squirrel over there. I saw a black and white warbler in this spot last time I was here, so. Humans. You know, I think humans are okay until it's the humans that play music as they walk. I think there's two squirrels chasing each other. I don't like that darkness down there. Hope it's not pushing this way. We all die with our PCs and our phones. True. Did you see that story about not holding your phone with your pinky? It puts pressure onto your ulnar nerve. Because your ulnar nerve runs, that's when you strike your funny bone. That's your medial epicondyle on your humerus. Your ulnar nerve runs right over that. So when you hit your elbow, and you hit that little projection coming off of your humerus there, that's striking your ulnar nerve. Then the ulnar nerve runs down the ulnar side of your arm, which is your pinky side. That's why it feels like your pinky tingles when you hit your ulnar nerve. No, I did not. This is a new meta, oh my gosh. Exactly, Allison. That's true, humans do. That's how I got Rona. I got that from a human. Something's making a noise up there. It sparked my curiosity. I don't think it's a squirrel noise. I'm just gonna hang out for a second. It might be a squirrel noise though, or it could just be the tree hitting something. I hear some cardinals chirping away. Okay. Let's move on. We'll probably walk back through here again later. Oh, I didn't take any pictures of the paintbrush bloom. You know what? I have an idea. I'll loop around and do the loop around and then loop around and then maybe like that. I don't know. How do I want to do the loop around? I don't have a good enough lens to take a nice little scene photo of the paintbrush bloom. I have to go pretty far back. I don't have a wide angle. Yeah, I'll get it next year. It is an infinite loop, and you're all stuck with me forever. You can't leave now. Ryan, did you see my new emote? New emotes? I moved on from PowerPoint, and I actually used Photoshop to make those 3 new emotes. Hope you're all impressed. I can sell myself as an emote artist now. Good ones are here in stream, exactly. We the good humans. Hope I see the manatees. I saw a story about, it's predicted that we could lose up to like 1,000 manatees coming into this winter, which is pretty sad. Better leave our eagles alone. Would the owl would attack the eaglets later on potentially, right? Is that what you're saying? We are the immortal snail. Lol will eventually leave. So when my emotes leave, I move them up to the spots in my higher tier subs because no one's a higher tier sub, but they act as good placeholders for my bad emotes. So if you ever higher tier sub to me, you get my worst emotes. That's not how you're supposed to market yourself. I put my least used emotes in my higher tier sub spots. Really? A great horned owl would attack an adult eagle? Are they that territorial? I feel like they would have gotten along in that region for a while if the nest is over there. Why? I think it's just creek grass availability in the predictions with wastewater runoff and whatnot. The humanity, I know, right? Manatees don't go very far. Let's see here. I do want to check, because Penn State was tied with Illinois, of all teams. No, Penn State lost. Daggone it. Come on. Well, there goes their hopes. This is why I don't care about sports. I didn't watch the game. I'm glad I didn't now. Well, they perched. Jeez, Squirty. That sounds horrible. The Great Horn better not do that. Now I'm no longer excited about the Great Horned Owl. I know. Nature gonna nature. I'm just gonna let them do their thing, and however what happens, happens. Oh my gosh. Someone's listening to a radio. Hello, Triskelion. What's up, Pookie? Sorry for the late night stream for you. Wee woo. Let's see. So when you guys are, Twitch unveiled a new thing of, oop, is it gonna land? It did. I think it's a little blue dasher, or just a blue dasher. Could be a little blue dragonlet. Looks like a female. Of new members in chat when they say hi. You can see that. It says a message, like saying, oh, so-and-so is new. It looks like a blue dasher. You can see those tiger stripes on the front. I think this is either a juvenile. Oh wait, no, it has the yellow on the top. So this one's a female, right? Oh no, don't ban anyone. Hold on, sorry, it's gonna be shaky. Oh, we got a game, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. I think because I'm in the shadows in here, it has my f-stop dropped up a little bit. Mods and streamer only. Yeah, I don't see anything on IRL chat, so I don't get any benefit to it. Nice. I can't get it fully in focus. The wings aren't coming into focus. But I'll take a picture anyway. Captain Jack, take a picture. I have a lot of pictures of the blue dashers here, so I'm not gonna take another one. But I'll show it to you all. Been a bird person, although I find all of it interesting. I've diversed myself out here with nature, because if I wasn't looking at just birds, I mean, if I was looking at just birds, there wouldn't be a whole lot like in this park, you know? I don't only have a select places to go. So there are places like this where I look at like the smaller insect world around me. So a female blue dasher. Ooh. Do the males have like all dark top on the tail? Excellent composition on this one. It's hard to get, unless you're using, really drop the f-stop and have good light conditions. It's really hard to get the wings in focus when you zoom in on a dragonfly. So you need really good light conditions for a full focus dragonfly with the wings in focus too. Last time I walked through here, speak of the devil, it flew away. Let's see if it stays. If we can get it in frame. I don't know where it went. I think that was a blue-gray gnatcatcher. I was just going to say, last time I walked through here, I saw a blue-gray gnatcatcher. Oh, we switched to low bit rate. Anyway. Let's see. Are you jumping around in here? Very, very small bird. And it likes to hop a lot. So it's a tough one. Yeah, I think it moved to a different spot, or it continued off into the thickness. Oh, red on the tip? Oh yeah, it was a palm frond and just the end was brown. Yeah, this one, usually I hear the gnat. I was actually thinking the same thing, Pizza. This one's not being talkative, but now it was a little tiny bird. Now it's off into the thickness. Captain Jack, check modems. Why is USB 1 doing so well? The other ones aren't. USB 1 and USB 2 should be doing the same. It's like they're connected to different towers. There's a red belly flying by. Something's hopping around in there on the ground. It could be a squirrel tricking me. But yeah, I can't really see down in there too well. Kind of just standing here waiting to see if I see movement. The sun on my back is toasty though. And shucks. It's a squirrel way back there. Silly squirrel. Yeah, it would be scary to be a squirrel. Hawks, always looking for you. Nothing. Oh wow. Next couple. Oh geez. Is that so? Pizza, you getting the same bad weather then, or all just West Coast is getting rough weather? Because you said you're prepping for a storm. Yeah. So hide your pistachios. I bet squirrels are better at shelling pistachios than us. Wear a cup. Same storm. Oh geez. Must be a bad one then. Hopefully, well, that means it might bring you rain. Oh, whoa, this one's cool. I haven't seen a damselfly on stream in a while. It's not. There we go. Is this? What? That's real bad. Jacob, hello. Look at it looks like a highlighter. I can't get the whole thing into focus, so. You just get that part. Captain Jack, take a picture. We haven't seen this damselfly on stream before. I blew it. I'm going to readjust here. I'm going to get, hopefully it doesn't fly away. I want a side profile of it. Where'd you go? There it is. See if we can get a better focus here. Little better. There we go. I'm actually going to switch to photo mode just because I don't have this Pokemon. Not TV mode, AV mode. Let's drop this ISO. No, sorry. Where'd my screen go? Wait. Some reason. Just go to 400. Oops, I didn't want to take that picture. Where should I get pizza? Is it still there? Where are you at? No, I think it flew away. We didn't get to capture it. Oh no, it's still there. Here, I'll switch back so you can watch. See if we can get a little bit more zoom. The best focal point. the best we're gonna get there. Back to movie mode and off. I think the camera crashed when I went to change the ISO there. I never had that happen before. Oh no, don't do that. Ate it for 4 days. The narrow depth of field is great. Yeah, because it just pops it out. And the thing is, I had to get completely at a side angle. Thankfully, damselflies, you know they're a damsel because the wings go parallel to the body, not perpendicular like a dragonfly. And they also have the 2 eyes that stick out. So I came over here to get a side profile compared to being at an angle. Ooh, pad see ew. I haven't had pad see ew in a while. Male, so there's a chance of an ID. Ooh, I'll have to check it out later then. So it's not a blue dancer? Right, what are the dancer ones? There's like a dancer or something. Ooh, satay is on the. Does that have? Does chicken satay have? Is it like put in a peanut sauce beforehand? Pad see ew is definitely the best. Making pad see ew on your own is difficult because you need a special soy sauce. It's a sweetened soy sauce that you can only get at like those hole-in-the-wall Asian food markets, at least down here, where you go in and the guy like follows you around the whole time because he knows you know nothing. Above the back. Ooh, okay. Food policeman? What are you talking about? Goodness, I'd make sure wherever you order it, they have the big noodles. I once got pad see ew and they gave me the pad thai noodles. And I'm like, what? What is this nonsense? You can sub soy, brown sugar, molasses. Yeah, that is a good idea. Then I also need molasses. I ended up getting that soy sauce, the sweet soy sauce, at a food market. And I still have a little bit left. But it didn't get the taste exactly. I added oyster sauce and fish sauce. But for some reason, it just didn't come out the same as ordering it out. I don't know. I was never a curry person. I don't know. I guess if there's any curry I can eat, it's like, what's it called? Does it have pineapple in it? No, not pineapple. I forget the name of it. There's like a sweet curry. Is it Penang? I don't know, there's something about the curry flavor I'm not a fan of that taste. It's too much of a taste. Yeah, okay, coconut milk. Yeah, it's the Penang one. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. That's the only one I can eat, but I'd always order something else on the menu over it. Yeah, so many sauces. The hardest part with like cooking Thai food is getting the sauces down for each dish. Making you hungry? Welcome to my streams. We talk about food a lot here. Okay, so sometimes I walk down there, but I know there's bad network down there. So I don't think we'll go down there today. I fried rice more than Chinese. Now, fried rice is one thing. I don't order out. I always just make that. If I'm ordering from like a Thai place or a Chinese place, I don't get the fried rice. I don't know, it's just, I'm always like, I order something else. Nazi. Oh, apparently Pookie, my Dutch people, really like Nazi as well.
Anything worth snapping a pig over?
Oh, everything.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. Nothing like a nice hike with your koozie and your beer. Pretty sure that was a Miller High Life. A little squirrel.
Get anything good?
Oh, things here and there.
Yeah. Plenty of wildlife down there in the river.
Oh yeah, that's
Yep.
for sure. You too. He doesn't know? What doesn't he know? I just answered that question differently between two people. The first guy I said everything. And the second guy was like, oh, a little bit here and there. Ooh, pineapple fried rice. That sounds wild. Now does that have arguments behind it, like pineapple on pizza? One's in chat for pineapple on pizza. Two's for unsubbing. I am a 1. But so it has to have a protein. It can't be just plain pineapple on pizza. It has to be with ham or chicken. That's a rule with pineapple on pizza. It's got to have a protein with it. What kind of burb are you? No way I'll get you in focus. Oh, I see white primaries. 0. Starch is unsubbing. Pizza's unsubbing. Oh no, I lost 2 of you. David Alexander says I'm losing so many. Chicken, no. I just need it to be a protein. That's how I can get you to unsub. Oh, David Alexander, you know how much I love pineapple on pizza? It is the best. If we ever hang out, I'm making sure to order us ham and pineapple on pizza. Oh, can't wait. You hate melted cheese. Onions on pizza? No, of course a no. What's up, Jen? I hate anyone for onions. Onions on anything is the worst. Pizza, what was that one dish you sent me? It was literally like just flavorings, seasonings, tomatoes, and onions. And you're like, would you eat this? I'm like, ah. You can pick up the pineapple. Good, more pineapple for me then. It's a dessert pizza then. Isn't this like section just beautiful though? With the Spanish moss hanging down. Next to chocolate, ew, chocolate pizza. And just starve. Oh my gosh, I'll just burn the box when it arrives. Oh, raw onions on pizza. You all. Okay, that is actually, you're monsters. Onions on pizza, you're a monster. Only vegetable I'm okay with on pizza, mushrooms. But again, I require sausage with the mushrooms. Heading to a party? Party, party, party. Doing great here. Happy to be outside. I was inside all morning. I don't know why. I did some photo editing in the morning, uploading to the stock sites, and then I was like, for some reason, someone was like, let's mess around making emotes. 2 hours later. Oh, you want to know what else I did this morning? I watched Dune. Dune was freaking good. Mushrooms are fungi, yep. If fruit and meat go together well. Mushrooms are not a vegetable. No, I'm not a pepper fan. It's alright, bad bit rate through this section. It'll fix eventually. This is where we usually have bad bit rate though. Yeah, Spanish Monster just looks nice, I guess. So my audio is probably still coming through, but bit rate's probably janky. There we go, coming back a little bit. I think there's some cardinals fluttering around down there. Don't think I'll see them though. Onions and peppers are anywhere. Sounds like I would starve. It's always one of my like inner fears when I get invited over somewhere for dinner. I'm like, oh God, what if they have onions and everything? Yeah. It's a rough section through here. It'll clear up. It used to be absolutely no output at all, so at least we're outputting audio now. Thanks, LiveView. So, better than nothing. There's those vultures hovering up there. Black vultures. Yeah, one problem with this location is this little section back here drops out a little bit. There's another little section, I forget where it is though. But I do know this section is notorious. Not all fungi are mushrooms. What are those birds saying? I don't know. What do you think they're saying? Probably fighting over a worm. Alright, well, let's get out of the low bit rate area, I guess. Root key sec. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. You see how people can write their names on these boards? It's only 50 bucks or 55 bucks. Should I do one that says Dr. W40 Twitch community? Or what should it say? I looked it up. 25 character limit. And you can get a plank. And I was thinking about getting one that said Dr. W40 Twitch community because we come out here quite a bit. It'd be cool to support them. I'm going to stand off to the side here so I don't hit them with my tripod. No limits. You can't write your name for free. Hey, you see how these like in memory, happy B-Day, Jacob. There's a couple happy B-Days in there. Jim loves Sherry. Jimmy D forever. Well, that's a big one there.
Cell Processing just subscribed. Sup, how are you? How is the lady toy collection going?
Don't feed scrub jays. Sal, what's up?
Cell Processing just subscribed.
Thanks for the sub, Sal.
How are you? How is the lady toy collection going?
No more new additions to the lady toy collection. I know you're disappointed in me. You just wanted to hate me more for adding more dirty beach toys to my house and not throwing them away. Thanks for the sub, Zell. Hope you're doing well. And your phone number. Give us a close-up. No, I wouldn't put the stream URL. I put something like Dr. W40 Twitch community. That's pretty much the stream URL. If anyone walks by and sees it, then knows Twitch. More editing. No, Jimmy D, not Jimmy Dean is the breakfast sandwich doc. Love the Trito wants an emote. Oh yeah, that one has been there. This looks like a hawk. This is definitely a hawk. Where's it going? It went down here. I don't know if it landed or not. Dove down like right here. Might just be an osprey. Yeah, it's just an osprey, I think. I'll get focus once I zoom in here. Fine, I'll go manual. It's an osprey. Captain Jack, take a picture. Good shot of an osprey, though, huh? Oh, that's why. My bracketing was off to the side. Cool, Ian. Sorry you're late. I might be able to get closer down here. All right, let's see if we can get a tad closer here. Leave the camera running for a second. That explains why my focus wasn't working. My bracketing was off to the side. I don't think I have. Dang tree is in my way. Oh, don't do whatever I just did. I see some treats for Watson. Yeah, I don't have an angle here. Don't know if I can get it through here. Nope, doesn't look like there's a gap. Maybe. Nope, I don't think there's not a line through all the shrubs. There we go. This one might be our line right here. So hopefully no one walks through here. Look at his wings. Oh, I turned focus off. Look at those talons too. It's squirty. You're over 200K now. That's so impressive. Especially because I don't stream too much. I'm hoping for one more big flare out of the wings. That's what I'm waiting on here. Look at me a little bit right there. Sorry, my nose itched. Look at it. Pruning. Is that pruning? Is that what that's called? Yeah, it definitely just dove and doesn't look like it got anything. Preening. That's what I meant to say. I said pruning like you're pruning a tree. I feel like there's a flap coming. You know you want to flap. I realize what I said, okay? Alright. 5 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a nice video shot for you all. Alright, let's switch back. See if I got any good shots there. I think I did. Yeah, a few good ones. There's one where the wings are up. Look at that. You can see the talons in there too. That's actually a pretty decent one. Nice. Happy with that one. Since then you became a point hoarder. What was that? Was that for a bottle cap bet? I think one day Mike lost all his points too. Yeah, you sell those to Nat Geo? No, not Nat Geo. But if you guys ever want any of the files, I don't mind giving them to you. People don't really hang like bird photos on their wall, I guess, unless they're like super intense. They have like, I don't know. I did make a red bubble, but it was mainly for my rocket launch streak photos. If anyone ever wanted any of those. Ooh, I might be able to, Squirty, I might be able to finally allow you to cash in those points. Thinking maybe an 8x10 signed by me and sent to you. Ignore the tone. What do you think, 300K? For a signed 8x10? Because I mean, I'd be paying for that. But if you earn 300,000 points, I wouldn't mind paying for that. It's well earned. Let's go back out here. That's a plane. That's actually a plane. Oh, a little bright that way. And the 8x10. Mental count. Watson eats most of your points. Yeah, true. Watson does eat a lot of points. Nosy squirrel. I don't feed you like the other humans. Rumor has it the short-tailed hawk nest is in that tree right there. Up there, there's a brown tuft that I think is the nest. Wait, what are you so happy about? That I might do that? I haven't started it yet. But like now that I found a place to order them from, that could work. Then I also started putting together a red bubble, but I don't have, I mean, you can probably search Dr. 40 red bubble. I don't know what all people would want besides the streak shots. Slow and steady. You all will gain more points. And everyone's even on the point gains. Everyone's a tier 1. No one's cheat coding it to earn more chat points. They're all honest points earned in this channel. $50K, 30 minutes for burb cam. What, in the Discord or on my actual channel? Not much happens there, really. Unfortunately. I would show it more if there was like a variety of birds that actually came there, but there's not a large variety of birds that come by. It's just your normal ground doves, cardinals, and that's pretty much a tufted titmouse will fly in, grab something, and fly off. What else can anyone up like streak photos? Exactly. And a science black market. Wait, did you learn how to hack the system? Because the only way you can earn points faster is by being a tier 3, right? I guess if you give bits or if you gift a sub in that month, you can earn more as well. But that's only like, you only get like 200 more or something like that. So it's nothing substantial. But tier 3s definitely give more because it's the rate increase. Wow. And I'm such a scrub, I didn't even know you could do that. You love city photography at night? I've never done that. I do love those long exposure shots of like traffic going by. So like all the lights are just a blur on the street, and then like you get the heavier exposure of the city lights. I always think those shots are neat looking. And then higher tier subs. Yeah. I forget what the rate is for what higher tier subs get. I know I don't set any of those. All right, where are my little birds? Let's go down to the creek. Oh, look. They can add a camera. Look. Cecile and Maddie added a little photo there. That's a cool idea. Traffic is a rocket. Right, your message is chopped off on me. Tier 3, 2 times. Yeah, tier 3 is big time. They're supposed to be common in winter. I don't know if I've seen one. But now, this year, you know, every year I get better at what I'm looking for. I hear little chirpers as they flew through. I'm in a bad spot though. Yeah, I see it up there, but it's just going to be a silhouette. It's tier 3 cost 6 times. Oh, that's right. I've never tier 3'd to anyone. Tier 3 is $25, right? That's wicked. I never want any of you to do that to me. $25 a month, and I only stream like 8 times a month. Oh, yeah. So those Hall of Famers got there so fast by tier 3ing, giving bits, watch streaks, all that stuff. They've cheated the system. I'm going to stand off to the side here and let them pass. This is a bad sun angle right here, but y'all want to see some bees? I'll zoom in and the exposure might fix itself when I zoom. But this bird nest is taken over by bees. When you consider Discord Nitro plus, oh yeah. If you're tier 3ing, doing Discord Nitro and then Patreon, that's definitely a decent amount. Let's hope no birds are trying to get in there. I'm not gonna have a good time. Time to burn down the forest. No, I took a picture of these that are in my photos last time I was here. The sun angle was a bit better for me. And some people coming through. I'm gonna switch back here in case he wants to walk by. You can come through. Just needs a funnel at the bottom. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're gonna tier 3 to me, just don't do it for 2 months and contact this place and spend $50 and get a plank and troll me with it. I feel like that'd be a funny troll. Never let him walk by.
Saw some turtles.
Oh yeah, they're definitely down there.
They look like they've been hand-fed in the past.
Oh no, that's not good.
So when they see people, they swim right on up and get inside.
Yep, not a good thing. Beamageddon. I know, right? Gotta be careful here. Chat, you better behave. The stream is buzzing. Yeah, don't order dock mugs either. I guess that trolls me if you're trying to troll me. But you get no emotes, you get ads, carrot and stick. Yeah. It's just like, what are you gonna do? And you need like 600 sub average for like 3 months in a row to even consider negotiating your contract with Twitch. Yeah, I don't really have a negotiation possibility at like 80 subs a month. But the mugs were nice. You actually like them? I mean, they're big mugs, right? Oh, creaky wood. I know about it. I know, right? Okay, last time I was in this little section here, there was a bunch of little warblers flying around. Hopefully, I make another appearance. Yeah, pretty sure the short-tailed hawks aren't here. I come out here for a little walk sometimes, and I haven't seen any signs of them. Right, I see scary dinos. What? Oh yeah, scary dino. The donation URL that I don't have available, but a few people know it. There used to be a merch store on Streamlabs, apparently, but I hid the mug there now. There are 6 mugs in existence. I forgot I had it up there, and someone bought one once. And then the secret got out. The last time I was here, there was a whole bunch of warblers. I saw a black and white warbler, and I saw a blue-gray gnatcatcher, and I saw a white-eyed vireo too. And the Pesmug. Yeah, I added that as a troll too.
Okay.
Oh no, you're good.
I thought you were gonna picture me.
Oh, no, you're too close. Too much zoom. Alright, I'm just gonna stand here for a second. Or maybe I was a bit lower yet. No, I hear little chirpers. The last time? What do you mean? Oh, because I wanted to bring stream out here. Ah. Well, when I'm saying the last time, if I come out here for just like an hour after work, I'm not gonna stream that. That's what I'm saying. Or I just like need to get out of the house after working all day. I just want to go for a walk. I do that without the camera sometimes. We would check his pour. hear stuff, but it might be over on the other side. I might actually do this loop up and around. I definitely hear stuff happening in there, but this isn't the best angle. So I'm actually going to walk up and around to start. I'm going to come down the other side, because the sun will be behind me then. Let's loop around the other way. Bamboozled, yeah. Sometimes it's nice just to get away, you know? With no electronics attached all over your body and cables everywhere. See, sometimes I can be evil. I'm not always nice. That's why I now have an evil emote. Yeah, and like adding, if I only have like an hour, it takes like a decent amount of time to get all my gear around, start up stream at home, start up my servers, and all that kind of stuff. Let's go this way. Oh dear. You have a northern water threat? I don't think so. You know, I'm a little bit newer to IDing everything I come across. Oh, thanks, squirrels. They make so much noise. I don't hear the birds then. That's a blue-gray gnatcatcher, I think. So many squirrels. The Butcher Bird of Fleet. Wait, what's Fleet Street? Are you using lingo? I don't know. Am I not hip enough? I said there'd be better light on this side. I think I lied. Oh, Ovenbird. Yeah, I don't think I've seen those. This looks like a good old tree for birds. If I was a bird, I'd be in this. I'll just stand here for a minute and see what happens. It is a little darker down here. Look at this big old tree, though. The Demon Barber, I don't know, I still don't know that reference. Everywhere I look, it's a squirrel that's moving. Alright. I have a feeling if we wait, something will show itself in this tree. Oh, I never watched Sweeney Todd. Oh yeah, I like to see you fight off those bees. You see how many bees were there? Oh, I just saw something fly away. I think just too much thickness. You must see Sweeney Todd. Why? Isn't that the one with Johnny Depp? Squirrels are going to drive me mad. Flew to the other side. Yeah, no way we'll get it. I see one up there, but no way we'll get it in the camera at this angle. It's on the wrong side of that tree. So let's move down here just to see if we can change our angle a little bit. There is something up there, I just think. Be able to see it. It's too straight above me right now. Here, I'm gonna switch you over. So that's where I'm looking, but the bird is higher and then up to the left. There it is. Is that a white-eyed vireo? Or is that a blue-gray gnatcatcher? You should see me leaning back right now. Ugh. There we go. This one might be a little bit easier to... Now that it's over there. Come to this side. No. Dang. These little birds are tough. I think that might have been a blue-gray gnatcatcher, though. I was like super lean in here too. That was like right above me. Like I had the camera angle all the way back. Oh, that's a gnat catcher? Okay. Trappin', what's up? They never sit still, I know, right? But check out this nice shot I ended up on accidentally. Look at the wild coffee here. Nice shiny coffee beans. Slightly too close, but look at this. Shiny leaf wild coffee. Like these shade areas. Okay, we tried. But yeah, those were gnat catchers. They're really tough. They evil birds. Night all. Alright. Night, Pookie. Sorry for my West Coast friendly stream. Okay, right after Pookie leaves, we'll do another poll. We'll see what time do you guys want me to do my stream tomorrow. Yeah, that little chirp too is a gnat catcher chirp. Robusta. No. Shiny Lee. I forget what its full name is. But it's not a coffee you can, a bean you can harvest and then turn into coffee. Yeah. Oh, dock time to venture off and have your own coffee line? Of a bean that you shouldn't use. It should be a good cup of coffee. Yoru, thank you for the host.
Uru Teraman just subscribed. Ohayou gozaimasu.
Whoa, Yoru, and thanks for the sub.
Uru Teraman just subscribed. Ohayou gozaimasu.
Ohayou gozaimasu. What was that saying? Useless bean water, pretty much. Yeah, more room here around this corner. Squirrels are so noisy today. Oh, good morning in Japanese. I didn't read the words. I just like heard it on my alert sound. Like Dino Country. Not the coffee shakes. Is it a Psychotria nervosa? Is that what it is? I don't remember. I think I have an old picture of it. No, I guess I didn't. Oh, yeah. Yep. Psychotria nervosa. Yeah, that's definitely where you want to stay out of the high grass. We're gonna... I'd never understand that. Walking around in public on speakerphone. Just never get it. These always baffle me. What's the over-under on manatees today? Do you think the manatees are going to be out in a normal spot? It's so thick in here. They think their life is a movie. I mean, I am walking around out here talking to myself, but it'd be like if someone was walking beside me. That's the level I'm talking at. I just happen to be by myself, so I look crazy. But I'm finally reaching that point in life where I no longer care what people think of me. Took a while to get here. I'm slowly getting there, though. Still work to go. Still care what people think of me, but it's better. Care way less now. Come on, sea cows. It's all good. You know, crazy is fun. Crazy is fun. Crazy is not as fun. What's the saying? Dang, look at this. Whatever that is called, it's called tupelo. That's a big tree trunk. I know I'm not there yet. I'm not at the, I no longer care what anyone thinks. I know there's still parts of my life where I'm like, eh. I shouldn't say that part about me. They might think I'm weird. Like, I haven't farted on stream yet with you all. If I have, it's when cars were passing by or a wave. No one cares that much, I know, right? Especially in cities. I hear a chirper. I don't see the chirper. There's the bat box. Not seeing manatee ripples out here. Farts on stream? I just haven't done it, like, audible for you guys yet. Couple completely dead. So did you know about Tupelo or did you just look it up? I know nothing about it. There was a little thing we could have checked and read more back on there, but it was a massive tree trunk. I hear a weird noise down there. Let's go investigate. Everyone be on your best behavior. Alligators and snakes in this area. Is that going to be a new points redemption? I don't know. I'm not at the point where I can like fart on like redemption now. I don't know. I think farting is hilarious. Some people think farting is disgusting. Like if I'm in a group and someone farts, I'll just start laughing. But like other people be like, "Oh my god, you're disgusting." With that snake statement, I've never seen a snake out here. As I walk closer and closer to the water's edge. Oh great, I never turned camera off. I bet battery's dead, maybe. Oh yeah, probably beautyberry, yeah. Let's see, let's loosen this. Got some turtles. Oh, that one's backwards. Wait, I'm overheating? No, I just forgot to turn my camera off. Which will just eat the battery. No! Look at the color in that one's leg that's stretched out though. I like turtles. I am very close to the water right here though. Not necessarily my favorite thing. Yeah, I would have taken a picture there, but we're at a bad bit rate. Looks like there might be some more over there. They just freeze, I know, right? It's like, wow, it just got really dark in these woods right here. I'm not sure what these little red berries are on this one right here. I wonder, were those the ones you just talked about? They got like white flowers and then there's some red berries on it. Oh, a rouge plant. Or a rogue plant. Rouge plant. These ones I think are toxic to dogs. If I remember correctly. Have a turtle in a video? Turtles are great. Gopher tortoises will run off. Yeah, this one's a native. Ravina humilis. This one right here. Ravina humilis. That one didn't have as much color last time we were here. The app is called Seek. I don't know if I have a thing, exclamation point Seek. Do I have a command for it? I do not recall. Florida endemic. Oh, really? Anyone else? What made my mom and nurses after medical? Even then, I'm mortified. Really? Man, there was no restraints in my house growing up. Like, we were the type of family where if dad was driving, he'd turn on the window lock and just start laughing. Another turtle sitting out there, but we just saw one. This is where we saw the manatees last time. Not seeing the manatees. They could be swimming somewhere else today. Pull my I know, right? That was always a classic. As a kid, you're not gonna not pull the finger. That's probably what made... Oh! Natty Science! Welcome, everybody! Natty, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good day of biochemistry. What's up, Mike? How you doing? Welcome to the Florida wilderness with your host, Dr. W40, who just walked through a big spider web. Ah. Ugh. But yeah, thank you for the shout out for Natty Science. Thank you for that raid. What were you all up to today? Doing science and technology. That's what I figured. Any gel electrophoresis? I hear human dingling. That's not nature. You're playing with concrete all day again? Oh my gosh. How are you even functioning right now? Oops. Oops. Oh, he's not running with a dog over there. Dangerous a dog. Oh, okay. Maybe I was thinking of another one. That's good to know, though. No manatees right here. Didn't hear anything? It looks like you're in a different place today? Yep. I like to change up the location a little bit each time. We're down here along this little creek, checking things out today. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. You're working too hard on the weekend. Ooh, some good light in here. Hopefully there aren't people sitting down there by the water this time. We could walk down there and get a closer look. Try using... Do the manatees even have a call? I feel like they just go... Blah, 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 blah. If I was a manatee, that's probably how I would sound. Blah, 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 blah. How you doing today, Diatoms? Look at all this coffee. On his OnlyFans. Yeah. I can't release the complete content set of my animal mating calls. Look at the frostweed blooming away right here. That's where we saw the longleaf skipper last time, or long-tailed skipper, not longleaf. Not seeing much out here floating around today on them. Yeah, this is where we saw it. Manatees sound like boats. Yeah, I have no idea about the mating or even just the sounds manatees make. All right. Let's see what's down here. I feel refreshed. Me too. Just the first day we've had this spot to ourselves. Don't see anything though. Very peaceful down here though. Definitely peaceful. Shucks. No manatees today. Sorry. All right, Sarah. How'd it go last night? I didn't find anything. Too small to see. If you're talking about Hubble. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Pizza. It's very quiet right here. I hear a mockingbird. Yeah, it's like, why is it so quiet? Oh, this water is probably pretty fugly. Alrighty. Well, there is a skimmer skimming. Let's see if we can get it on cam. Could be cool to see it hunting. Especially in the light right there. Oh, what are you flapping? I'm not sure what that was. Let's watch the hunt. Where'd it go? Sorry, I know this probably doesn't look good right now. Let me just do manual focus. I was very confused on the focus. Where's it at? It like came all the way over here. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's a damselfly. Not sure which one now. You can see the little water spiders around it. Oh, I just came back. Water striders, not at all related to spiders. I know. Oh, it's a bit exposed, as in exposure-wise, on that leaf right there. Can't really make it out now. I don't see any other ones flying around at the moment. Yeah, it's hard to tell with the brightness and can't really zoom in anymore there. Almost looks like it has yellow legs in the light. It's so shiny, so bright right there. I don't see any other ones flying around out there though. There's just that one sitting there, unfortunately. Let's bring it back. Pond skaters. Oh, it's a leaf falling. Ready? Arthropods. Now the question is, what do they look like in an SEM though? A lot of times when you walk around, you just look at things and be like, ooh, I want to put that in an SEM. Just because you can. Everything that might fit, yes. Like pollen itself is something that looks really cool in an SEM. Now, can you find like, Coolian, you're here too. I know you've done like wheat stuff, I think. Like look at the structures of really, really ancient pollen or wheat in the SEM and be able to figure out how old it is. This past spring, collecting flowers and then shaking the pollen and putting it directly on stream. Nice. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Diatoms uses a scanning electron microscope on stream. It's only like a $500,000 instrument, give or take a few 100,000. But, I mean, uses it for research purposes, of course. Still pretty awesome content to have on Twitch. And he has dabbled in some backyard photography, birding and whatnot a few times. Ooh, mushroom spores. But his stream's $1 million. Yeah, no, he bought this SEM just to stream on Twitch. Actually doesn't do any research, doesn't, you know, it's not affiliated with an institution. He's just at home, has his own personal scanning electron microscope that he bought. He just got really lucky in the stock market one day. And, you know, he just brings that to Twitch. Now, could you imagine? Personal SEM? Florida F for the Nikon. One was last week. I use my sub money. That's like, I use my sub money to buy new camera gear, right? Let's just say that. Yeah, all my sub money, bits and donations have gone towards new camera gear. I was instantly sold. That gopher tortoise is down there in the hole, just staring at us. That'd be a beautiful perch for a hawk to land on. Come on, hawks. Come land on your perch that was built for you. At least it looks like it was. My sub money is all donated to student research. Nice. I have fewer subs. That's cool. I was thinking about doing something weird with all my sub money next year. Or like any Twitch profit money. Because now that I'm like teaching like 3 times overload. And you always know how I feel bad about people subbing to me and whatnot. I had a few ideas of what to do with it. I don't know if you all like it or not. And it's not solidified yet, so I don't really want to say anything. I also don't know how it all worked tax-wise, because it'd still be considered income for me. Hi, operating costs be short. I cover them with my job. I'd do this if I made 0 on Twitch. It'd be cool to do something good with the income. Look at all those emotes. So many emotes. No need to feel bad about stream money. Oh no, it's like I don't feel like horrible about it. Like I know what I put into it and whatnot. But like, it's just weird making more money than what I need, you know? I grew up with like nothing. And then like now, and like when I started streaming, all the income was definitely nice because I was just an adjunct. But now I'm full time and like my income is green every month. It's a weird feeling that I'm trying to get used to, where I actually like save money in my life. And I feel like I should be trying to give it back somehow. Sounded like something. No, it was just the wind. Wings.
Cell processing
Cell.
cheered. X500.
Thank you for
Sorry,
the 500
you were
bits, Cell.
saying something about saving money.
They can reveal their Beyond Chicken. Oh my.
Cell processing cheered. X500. Sorry, you were saying something about
Daggone it, Cell. Thank you, though. It's so quiet out here today. Bird-wise. So quiet. Oops, I just stepped in a hole, though. When it all goes wrong. Well, when it all goes wrong, I'll just change my streaming mentality and be like, okay, guys, please sub. I actually need it in my life now. And then I'd also be streaming more if I ever needed that in my life, so I wouldn't feel bad about it. Stay. I don't think it stayed. Ah, it flew away. There was some sort of pigeon that landed back there, but it flew off. Oh well. I tried. to road trip. Oh, and Hinga just landed over here. I want to see what's on the burbs on the wire. Ah, they're just little pigeons.
Cell processing cheered.
There's a very loud squirrel behind me.
Nice and quick time to fart. P P P
That
F
was a
F
noise.
F F F F F T T T T T T T T.
Cell processing cheers. X500.
Quit
Nice
time.
and quick time to fart. PPFFFFTTTTTTT.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have a job and Watson, y'all know I would just do like a streaming road trip. Birding road trip. Does not work on this one. What were you trying to do? Does it do the poofed noise or something? I will flip you the bird. So, yeah, I know Watson would love to come along, but it'd be difficult. I'm sure Allison can agree. Traveling with a dog is quite tough. It's something as simple as going into a store quick. It's a whole different beast. I guess not much. I don't know where that Inhinga went. But yeah, my idea was donating like whatever I got on Twitch to like these places where we come and do these outdoor streams, because without these places we wouldn't be streaming here. And all these places are usually run by donations, and well, some are run by county taxes and whatnot, but volunteers and stuff like that. So it'd be nice to give back to those things and other conservation groups. But like that just it makes taxes a little messy, because then like all those would count as income for me, and if I donate it all, that'd be all tax write-off. So yeah, I don't know how that would all go. So I would probably need an actual accountant then if I decided to do that. There's 85 in October. Oh yeah. We allowed dogs. Yeah, dogs over that side. It's also, well, I'm like, and driving around Florida with a dog, way too hot. But I mean, you still love your time with Mingo and it's worthwhile. But like, I wouldn't be able to leave Watson in the car and come out and stream, and I can't really bring him with me with my camera gear because it'll just wreak havoc. When I shoot at the end of November, glad to see someone else doing it. What do you mean someone else doing it? Like outdoor streaming? Yeah, like that was my idea. I just don't know how to like go over tax declaration wise. I don't want to, like, say I make 5K that year streaming, I donated 5K, and then I also write off 2K in streaming expenses. I'm technically negative 7K tax wise. Oh, well, I hope it works, Ludicrous. Yeah, it's definitely possible to stream outdoors. Yeah, now, if you're doing like a camera setup like this, if that's what you mean, it takes a little bit extra to hook a cam like this up to an output. Yeah, I have this running through an ATEM Mini, so I can do HDMI switching between my shoulder cam and this camera, so that you see the HDMI cable, and I hit the button to change scenes then. So it is a tougher barrier if you do want to do photography. Now you can just have your shoulder cam or something like that set up and not even worry about the switching of the cams thing. Oh, you're gonna try the Bela box? I heard people doing that. I don't know as much about it. What sort of IRL you plan to do, Natty? You have to show profit for 2 of the first 5 years, I think. Ooh, yes, that could be dangerous. I've only showed profit for 1 year. Yeah, so that's risky. Wait, does that mean I have to start pushing stream more? Yeah, I don't like that part. I wouldn't like having to pay back taxes on all that. So really, if it's the last 5 years, they call it a hobby then? Oof, that could be bad. And get to work? Hey, that's the best way to start. All right, it's gonna be a little extra dark through this section, I think. Try to get back into a lighter area, unless we see a borb sitting somewhere in here. Ooh, that sounds awesome, Natty. Well, I hope I don't know much about the whole Bela box thing, so I hope it works. I just know the more complex you make the tech, the more complex the problems you can have on stream are. And the easiest thing is to keep it as simple as possible. PTX, thanks for the follow. Oh yeah, Monkey Bananas is great. Everything is just a squirrel. Yeah, if you know where you're going, you could have good network then. All you need is a strong signal and a phone. And if you're using a phone, I recommend a gimbal too. And boom, done. Way to keep it charged. And done. The problem is when you start adding things that are HDMI sources and they can't stream direct, that's when you start having issues. I think that's a blue jay just landed up there. You think it will stay for us? Looks like it's, nope, it didn't stay for us. I knew it wouldn't stay for us. I'm gonna get my arm a rest too. Ugh. 2 days in a row of carrying a big camera around. Does flying squirrel count as bird? Nope. Yeah, DJ Osmo is, do they do direct to Twitch? Do they have built-in RTMP though? You still have to have a HDMI output into something, right? Blue Jay will never stay. Don't get the lack of, I know, it's so quiet, right? I think it's the quietest it's ever been here. The most... so quiet. Oh, you use the Osmo for phone streaming. Okay. Stay hydrated. Oh yeah, I did just do a gulp. I'll do another gulp. Come on. No signal. That's because the camera's not on. Duh. Whatever was in here moved. But I'm going to turn this on. I hear you, Osprey. But we already looked at you today. There's something jumping around in here. I think I saw a cardinal. Just want to see if we can spot anything. Shout out for David Alexander. Yeah, I don't know anything about Bela Box. If you ever run into issues. Maybe it'll show itself. I hear it back in there. I don't know where it is though. The Osprey's yelling out. What's up, Jack? How you doing? Oh, yeah, you see that something way back there? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see anything. As soon as I turn the camera off, it'll come back. So I'm gonna pretend I turned the camera off and I'm moving on. What's up, Claytino? The brain of camera focus. I know, right? Oh, it just went on top. Oh, it's a catbird. Behind some pine needles, but it is a gray-headed catbird. First one on stream of this year. See the gray head and the way the wings kind of point down? It looks like the butt is a little red too. Do they have like a little red coloring on their underside of their tail feathers there? And did you fly higher up? Orange butt. There it goes. And I think it is gone. Well, hey, we finally found it though. The Elusive Cat Bird. Why is everyone doing Darwin emotes? Oh, because catbird. Durr.
Jack, that was I know you were really frustrated, but that was also really funny when you were having all those tech issues right when I raided, because that just brought me back to the day when I had a big raid from Kitboga and I had a whole bunch of tech issues that day, and I was just like, oh, out of all days to have failing tech. Ooh, Jack, what did you get? You know, we're camera people here. I have the M50 Mark II, Sigma 150, the 600mm lens. Rufus Brown, okay. I also have a neglected Nikon P1000 that everyone pays respects to because I don't use it now that I got the Sigma lens. It's an R5. Ooh. Nice, Ludicrous. An EOS R mirrorless. Nice. You full framers. Pad K. Oh, I don't know what that one is. Wait. What do they sound like? They meow like cats. Really? Butt on bird is generally used for the upper surface of the tail. Are you? Yeah, all these full framers are starting to surround me in chat now. I'm just here with APS-C, just like a rookie now. Bit dark and through here. Canon sent you a broken one. Wow. It seems like odd luck. Another week for... No, you got the wrong lenses. Canon's supposed to be coming out with a budget-friendly $800 full frame, correct? No whining. I'm not whining. I never said I would never stream. I told you everything I buy has stream intentions with it. I have the, oops, sorry. The EFM to EF converter on this. $35. Oh, there's a cardinal down in there. No way that will sit still long enough for us. Hey, Lisa, thank you. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate my lurkers. It's the best support you can give, just by hanging out in chat and enjoying it. You don't have to chat like all these other chatty McChatterboxes. How'd I bamboozle him? Everyone knew I'd use this on stream eventually. It was always going to be my home camera too. When I said home, I meant like home webcam workshop stuff, so it definitely is still that.
Nah, I never said anything. You don't even know it. Never happened. Don't know what you're talking about. OG Evelyn, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Oh, that was a big dragonfly. That was a darner. It just zipped by. Ludicrous, thank you for the follow too. Nah, selectively forget. Nah, you don't I don't know what you're talking about. You guys are making up stuff now. It's so quiet in here. I'm always selectively bullshitting. That's what I'm really good at. Okay, it's 6:25. Sunset is in 25 minutes. Brain gas. Yeah, it's because I never fart on stream. All the gas goes to my head, so I forget things. That's how the body works. I teach anatomy. You have to trust me. Selectively bullshit. You're a squirrel. You're an osprey. I think it's up on the cell phone tower over there. Probably perched on it somewhere. Oh, my shoulder's tired. I must be getting weak. Oh, we low right now. Oh, I could definitely go full time probably. If Mike is here, I'm definitely full time. Yeah, he sounds like perched up on the other side there. Too dark on here. We gotta get to the lighter areas. 2 bucks fighting. What? That's wild, Sarah. At least we can hear an osprey. Oh, there it is up there, flying above us. Danny Collins recording was frozen for sound mice. Really? That's crazy, Sarah. Dune was so good. Oh my gosh. Such a good movie. Yeah, it's just like everything went to sleep out here. Sorry, everyone. This is just turned into a nature walk without photography today. I mean, locations like this aren't like the wetlands. The wetlands, there's literally stuff everywhere you can stop and take pictures of. Here, it's harder to find things because you got to meander all the thickness. So it adds another variable to things. But you know what time it is? Five hours silent, probably. Yeah, I know you still all enjoy the nature walks. You just know I like to bring you the most content possible. Let's turn that off. What's up, Ben? Thanks for the follow. Yo, I can go check on the paintbrush again quick. I plan to do that. Oh my gosh, look at him. We can't wake him up if he looks like that, can we? Yes, of course we can. Oh, ludicrous! Exclamation point. Gear. Exclamation point. Black magic. It's not easy. Not an easy setup. Look at his ear. Oh my gosh. I think that was 5. And when you start adding sources and do network binding, it gets complex quick. How much you just spent? For a barred owl. Okay. No way we'll get 2 owls in a row. Yeah, it shoots out a lot of the smaller ones. Oh, I think he froze. He's freezing. Look at his boot. I think his ear broke. His other ear broke. All right, bye, Watson. Yeah, I wish someone would wake me up with treats. I don't know. Sometimes I don't like to be woken up, though. What's up, Alvin? How you doing, dude? I saw you had some sort of like podcast or interview on your stream the other day. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I saw someone mention it. I saw something move over here. Can we have Psycho 1 come over and wake me up with treats? No. I guess it depends what the treats are. If it's like smoked meats and you just like put some like smoked pulled pork right in front of my nose, I'd be like, oh yes, I am awake now.
Slap upside the head with smoke. Not slapping me in the head, putting it under my nose nicely. Ever when your dog is sleeping, you put like their favorite treat under their nose and see if they wake up. So I'm gonna get another. Oh yeah, it's great having other people on and chatting about that stuff. The only weird part is if you're used to like interacting with chat a lot more, so you have to get used to like not interacting as much. We'll go check on the flowers one more time before we walk out here. Oh. Why did the tortoise cross the trail?
It pisses me off to see videos of people messing with animals in the wildlife. This is where they live. Let them stay in the wild. This is where they belong. So anybody on Facebook Live that sees this right here, if you run across any animals out in their habitat, leave them the hell alone. They are where they live.
Oh yeah, ludicrous, I know, right?
Okay. But anyway, there he goes, so beautiful.
Y'all hear that? I mean, she wasn't saying wrong things, but... Is that how I sound? Was that your first time seeing a live view? I mean, what she's saying wasn't wrong. She just sounded like Florida man while saying it. If you're watching this on Facebook Live, respect effing nature and leave it be. Never even heard of him. Well, hey, welcome to the world of live view. Live views are intense. You have to send your stream to somewhere, and it bonds multiple signals together. Like out here, like, 1 second. Captain Jack, check modems. So those are my 3 modems. Hold on, I'm trying to stay focused here so I don't lose it. Oh. Captain Jack, check modems. Ryan, you know you can't do that command. It's a frog. They're really low light conditions right now. Little froggy. Captain Jack, take a picture. A camo frog. Neat. We're losing a decent amount of light. He looks dry. I don't know my frogs. Florida lady might be walking this way. Frog should be moist. Could be a toad. We're on X Games mode. I know, right? Alright, I want to walk over here and loop back around. That's how I'm going to go, but I just want to look at the flower blooms one more time. Yay, there they are. A young gopher frog. Yeah, I don't know anything. Whatever you say right now, I'd be like, yeah, pizza's right. What anyone says right now. But yeah, exactly that. Yeah. Good job, chat. Yeah, I thought she was going to yell at me for walking past the tortoise. Here's all the flowers. Sniff it. Mmm. I haven't heard any hooters yet. Yeah, I wear a hydration pack. Oh, thank you, Barnacle. So I think the highlight of today was that osprey we came across. Other than that, not much happened today. So thank you for the content, osprey. Oh no, people coming this way. What is that? You hear that? Is that a bird? It's like a... Oh, they're under the gazebo. Why are you standing under the gazebo? I gotta walk through there. Refroggoed. 10-mile hike and didn't have enough... Oh my gosh. Alvin, no. That's bad. Don't do that.
Look what I can do, Joshua.
Well, everyone, I don't hear any hoots. I natural suggesting toad, genus Anax. Just toad? Oh, you always need more water. You always need a lot of water. You're out California too, so that's you dry, and it's a dry sweat, but you sweat a lot. At least you get the evaporative cooling, which is a sensation we don't get in Florida. Thank you, humidity. Oh, I heard who? Never mind, it was just Barnacle. Dang it, Barnacle, you're tricking me. Oh, it didn't say species though. Oh, jeez, Alvin. You were that person? Oh, yeah, these walkways are nice out here. Remember how I was saying? For $55, we can get a board that says Dr. W40 on it. Green Henry, thank you for the 100 bits. Yeah, I have to make more money now to have, so I can show
Green
2 years
cheered.
of
X100.
being in the black.
Who cooks for you?
And stream
Who
is not
cooks
a
for
hobby,
you all?
according to the IRS. So thank you for supporting that cause, Green Herring.
Green Herring cheered. X100. Who cooks you all.
Who cooks for us all? We could be here. That's what barred owls say. I'll let this guy walk by since we're in a rush. Whoa. Pez cooks for us. Hi. Just listen for a moment. All I hear is a plane. I feel like owls would like live in here though, right? Hi. That guy was my emote. Hi. Oh, awesome, Squirty. No, we're not covering our name on it for free. Oh no. I tried to scroll on my phone. Alright, Gillian, good night. I missed some chats there. Apologies if I missed anything. That's just a gopher tortoise moving over there. Alright, well let's head out before it gets too dark. Probably. We're a sniper. What's this noise? Is that the catbirds? Nocturnal wildlife. Only hard part of that it'd be like so pixelated. Night streams are really tough, and having a light out in Florida just attracts mosquitoes. You can't have lights out on the beach during turtle season, too. Where do owls sleep during the day? Do they have like holes in the trees they sleep in? I don't know if they actually ever shut this gate, but I don't want to risk it. Oh yeah, cozy campfire streams. Well, it's too hot in the summer for campfire streams. It could still happen. Yeah, I forgot to remember Florida. Florida happens. Hi.
Did you catch anything, Matt? Any good shots?
Oh, not really today, not too much. Dark after dark.
Well, I can't hear anything with this thing going off. Oh, geez, what do I do for dinner now? It's like walking into Jurassic Park. Tell them about the osprey. Welcome to Jurassic Dock. This is a nice sunset. It's okay. It's okay. Let's see. Let's go through my photos here. I can show you, if you weren't here, I can show you some of the osprey photos we got. Maybe we can hear an owl hanging out here. Pad see ew or ice cream. It's a hard decision. So here are the osprey shots. Where's my favorite one? No, there's one with its, this one. Look at that osprey. That's a good osprey shot there. Hey. Oh, let's come back to, and then we saw, this is my shot of the bluet. Not too bad. Not sure. No, we're not selling any, we're not that good. Sorry, people. Give the National Geographic. Oh, there's the owl from last night. There's your owl to end stream today. So no more complaints of no owls. The ears drooping. So here's your owl. You want your owls? Such a good looking owl. Such a good looking owl. That's a damsel. That one was a damselfly. All right, let's walk over to there. We're not out here. An 8x10 of the owl. I will warn you, 8x10 might look okay. I did shoot with a higher ISO, so it's not as crisp when it comes to quality. Big. Yeah, it was low light. I mean, it's an owl. You got a telephoto lens, shooting at like 7.1 aperture. Only so much you can do. I had to crank it up to 800 for a fast enough shutter speed to not have any motion blur. Alrighty. Well, I think all we wrote for today. I hope you all enjoyed your time here. Best about Hootie in the wild was the PS. The PS. Yes, fuel efficient is important. I'll do a quick face reveal. Some of you didn't see my haircut yet, I don't think. Come on. Hello, everyone. This is me. Thank you for being here. Appreciate the chat. Appreciate the subs.
X100.
Yeah, PC,
thanks.
you gifted like subs earlier too. And others too. We got some. Oh, sweet. Thank you for the 100 bits. Face reveal. It's happening. It's happening. Who is live right now? Oh my god, a haircut. Did get a haircut. Svi. I look like your PI. Oh my gosh, that's scary. What if I am?
C2 cheered. X100. Thanks, Doc.
Oh, and thank that raid. Did I get any other raids today? Are we lagging out? Yeah, I hope you are enjoying. Let's see here. I'm not loading a net.
Kemyanet cheered. X200.
If it's audio, that's not a fixed issue. Interference issue. Janet. Let me turn that on. Thank you, Sarah. I hope that worked. Hitch is still alive. He's probably going to bed soon. Okay, don't want to go there. I don't know. Is anyone doing outdoor stuff? Marley's is doing Legos. My bottom stuff isn't loading. Wow, F froze it. That's weird. Yeah, my stuff isn't loading, so I don't know who's actually live right now. For some reason, my phone network isn't good. Captain Jack, execute the end of stream. Poop shoot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Cosmo Quest is doing that one. Error loading followed channels. Please try again. Is he out doing things? Taco goes to Race Wars. Do you guys want to go to... Caitlin should be on in 5 minutes. Will Caitlin be on in time, though? And then people get a 20-minute screen of no audio. So it's weird to raid then. Yeah, we can go to Cosmo Quest or Murda. Do you guys want drag racing or the hangoutathon with Cosmo Quest? Or what's EJ doing? Space and Rock. Let's go to EJSA today. Yeah, no. Let's go to EJSA. I haven't raided EJ in a while. Captain Jack, execute the end of stream. Did I do that already? I don't think it got it. Hold on, my Twitch isn't loading at all right now. What is going on? Hold on, let me put you back on my shoulder. My guess is my phone network is garbage right here. Abba, what's up? Captain Jack, execute the end of stream. I think there's too much car noise. There's all the stuff.
Well, we could probably do a different raid one today now that we have new emotes. I don't know if I know who Amber is. I haven't raided EJ for a while. If SoFlo wasn't doing shark stuff, I'd raid him. I'm not a big fan of shark stuff. But he's doing the rocket review, which is always cool. Educational content. Raid EJ. The only other times I raid EJ is when his channel's going crazy too, so. Let's see if this can actually send. Actually, gonna please try again later. Ah. Well, no, I'm the only one that can do the raid stuff. It's just nothing's loading for me to do the raid. Let's try connecting to a different modem. Let's go to this one. Dang it, I don't know that password. Let's connect to this. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm trying a different modem. Maybe this will work now. I think just my Verizon network is just really garbage here, and then my phone connected to the visible network, which is Verizon network. So I'm testing AT&T. And hope that loads. And this phone is frozen. Error while loading channels. Okay, this one's even worse. Oh, we just got the lights on, turned on for us though. So that's convenient. Yeah, I mean, all I gotta do is type /raid. I just gotta freaking load Twitch chat, and Twitch chat doesn't want to load. There we go. So it was the app that was giving me problems. There we go. Yeah, no, I don't give them that power. Time to go home. I just always handle that myself. I like to know when and how it's going. Usually I have network if my stream is live. Yeah, probably Ryan. You love these moments? What, raid moments? Alright, go there, be good, learn a little bit about rockets. Hopefully we'll stream tomorrow, weather dependent like always. We'll see how the day goes. I probably won't do wildlife again. Carrying the camera gear around, let's get tiring multiple days in a row. Go there, be good, and learn, ask your rocket questions. Alrighty, love you all. Thank you for the support today, and see you all next time. Don't forget to explore, engage, and educate. Dr. W40, Media Productions.